What's up, everybody? It's Jacob, Ben, and Elias. It is season 3, episode 8 of Elias's podcast, Keeping It Sporty, and it is episode 23. Ben and I, we don't got seasons, so we're on episode 23 out here. And yeah, we're doing a little bit of a collab episode.
Yeah.
Say hi, guys. Say hi.
Hey.
So excited that we can be able to do this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we got some topics to go through. Talks about some football. You already know. You already know we love that football. Talk about some of the Olympics and maybe some random stuff. You never know. You never know with us. So let's just hop right into it, I feel like. Let's start off with the Euros, right? What are some thoughts we had, guys? Either one
Oh,
of you.
Ben. Oh, okay.
I'm disappointed by the Euros, to be honest, personally, because England should have won. And that's not no bias at all, but I think England should have dominated that tournament. But throughout the weeks of the tournament, I was always saying to Jacob how I do not like Gareth Southgate, not a fan. And I mean, as we see now, Gareth Southgate, not even the manager anymore. So clearly they thought the same stuff. Um, yeah, they should have won, but it was still a good tournament though. I still enjoyed it a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a pretty good tournament. Definitely some pretty low scoring finishes, I thought. Not too many goals being scored.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, obviously Spain did win. Congrats to them. England, another tough one. They've never won the Euros. You guys, I don't know if you knew that or not, but
No, yeah.
yeah,
Oh
they
no,
won.
I knew.
Yeah, yeah.
It's never coming home. It's never been home. It's never even been in the home.
Yeah, I mean their last World Cup was 1966, right? So it was
Yeah.
it's been a
They're the
long time.
they're the Leafs of international soccer apparently. So
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
mean, what else? What more is there to say, right? You had some teams that like Turkey, for example. I mean, they seem to have gone pretty far into
Oh
the
yeah.
tournament, right? And then you have some other teams that you're like, well, they should have probably made it farther, right? Which is usually always the case.
Yeah.
But
yeah, honestly, France kind of choked. So they should have beat Spain, but that 16-year-old Lamine Yamal, bro. Seriously, go away. Go away. Go back to high school, bro. Like I'm sitting
He's
here 20 years old watching you on my couch.
he's too good, man. I remember in the was it the France game, I think it was. Bro, he just sends such great shots. I'm like, oh my, like how is he that good at 16 years old? I just can't wrap my head around how
Well,
good
yeah,
he is.
like Messi and Ronaldo, like those guys were still in like development programs at like Barca and Real Madrid when they were 16. This guy's 16 just out here balling.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous, honestly. I'm tired of it.
Well, yeah, I
Tired of
was
these
gonna say,
young guns being good at
even
sports.
Messi and Ronaldo at that age, Ronaldo, he was still playing in Portugal, and Messi might have been in Barca at
I think
16.
I think he was in Barca when
I
he was
think
like
he,
16.
yeah. And but then Ronaldo was still in Portugal. He wasn't even at Man United yet. Like he was,
He didn't have his 8-pack yet.
no, he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, tournament overall, it was fun to watch. I don't know if you know Elias, but I'm not a big soccer guy.
hmm
So this was my first time like actually sitting down and watching like full games of soccer. It's awesome. I love it. It's exciting. It's a fun sport.
okay. I never really. I used to be bigger into soccer. I used to, favorite teams Arsenal. Was a huge
Oh,
English Premier League fan. I'm sorry. Okay, Jake, you've got your
yeah, no.
your fan. Okay, maybe I hit a little bit of a wrong button here. Okay, who do you like, Jake? Tell me. Go ahead.
I'm a Chelsea fan.
Oh,
Newly acquired fandom. Oh, Ben's got to get his.
Yeah, no. I'm not a fan of the Gunners either. I'm a fucking till I die. Where are they at? Where's the logo?
Liverpool.
Liverpool. Liverpool.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I prefer Liverpool over Chelsea. I'm sorry, Jake. But yeah, so okay, let's see, we have Chelsea,
Mhm.
and then we have the Packers. Like,
What? What do you gotta say?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say about the Packers. You know, and of course they're wearing the shirt too. Where's my Seahawks shirt? I gotta get one.
Bro, we're gonna win the bowl this year, bro. We gotta sign Jordan Love and it's over. It's
No.
wraps. The
No,
league's
you
in
know who's gonna
trouble.
win the Super Bowl? The Cleveland Browns, buddy.
Yeah, right.
The-
Yeah, right. Totally. Oh gosh.
Yeah, gotta love your quarterback, eh, Ben?
Yeah, Deshaun Watson. I mean, he is a quarterback. He is a quarterback.
He is a guy.
He was
He's a
good
guy.
4 years ago.
Um, what are we talking about? Euros. Yeah.
Euros. Okay, well, my point being from all of
Chelsea,
this,
yeah.
I didn't really start watching the Euros until I heard some of the hype around Team Greece.
Mhm.
I watched as they lost to Georgia in penalty kicks, which I was like, you know, but what else is new? Anyways, of course, one of my
Yeah.
teams is doing bad. I mean, I'm pretty used to that by now with the rest of my teams, as you guys probably know. But
Ugh.
I wasn't really watching it too much, partially because the games were in the daytime and I was working as well. But then I started to get
Yeah.
into it a little more towards the end.
hmm
And I mean, I like the tournament. You know, it's fun soccer to watch. Everybody's repping their countries, playing
Yeah.
hard out there.
And that's the I love about like honestly all international sports is like you see performances from guys that are just like you think like international basketball like Dennis Schroeder is so mid in the NBA, but in international basketball this guy's a god. Like I love seeing like guys that you don't really know the names of just ball out for their country. You know what I mean? I think that's one of the most exciting things generally about international sports.
Yeah.
Puts guys' names on the map.
Yeah. Or it's just like Jordan Pickford with England. Buddy absolutely most of the time sucks for his club, but once he gets that England kit on, oh, he's a top
It's
three goalie
over.
in the world. Yeah.
You know, it's also interesting to see like teams or players that are like rivals playing on the same country or for the same country. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? So
hmm
interesting to watch.
Yeah, it's I just love international sports. It's so cool. And yeah, like I was saying, like this is my first time watching soccer like generally. And yeah, I'm into it. Like I'm gonna start watching the Prem. I'm gonna watch Real Madrid. I'm just kidding, I'm not watching. Those guys are gonna win every game. They got Kylian Mbappe, bro.
Can I ask why Chelsea? Like out of all the teams?
Ah, Cole Palmer, baby. That guy's goaded with the sauce. Bro, this guy was on the bench for England the entire tournament, right? Was it the semifinal? Semifinal game. Bros hits a mean game-winning pass for the team to score. And then in the Spain game, he gets subbed in and snipes one outside the box. He was on the bench the entire time.
Yeah.
Cole Palmer, bro. He's gross. Nasty with the ball.
You were also almost a Wolverhampton fan though.
Yeah, that's also true. I liked their logo, to be
The
honest.
Wolf.
But I got a Chelsea jersey now, so I'm locked in.
He's
I'm
locked in.
Frank Lampard.
Yeah. He knows Frank Lampard.
Okay, well, I mean, you have a semi-decent reason, I suppose, for liking Chelsea. But anyways.
Yeah, I know. Marc Andre is a huge Arsenal guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah? Okay,
Yeah,
good.
he
Shut up,
loves
Marc-Andre.
Arsenal. He loves Arsenal. All right, you guys want to talk about the Copa? The one, the tournament across the seas?
I suppose so.
The
The
little
one that
bit,
had many security issues in America.
yeah, the one that had smaller pitches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, Canada, we're a soccer country now.
Yeah.
To put it simply, I mean, Ben, I'll let you can talk about it a bit because you know a little bit. You know a little bit more, but yeah, Canada's
Them
so
boys
bad.
is dogs. All right. Them boys are dogs. we got a new coach in Jesse Marsh, and then we hired him, and a month later, oh, we're in the semifinals. We're in the third place match of the Copa America. Hey, all I'm saying is John Herdman could never. No disrespect. I love the Toronto FC coach, but he was not a good Canada coach, to be honest.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, I mean, the only problem that Canada really has now is they cannot score goals for their life, really.
Hmm.
Like, you're gonna have a hard time scoring on us, but we're also not gonna score on you either.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's, I mean, I think it got better throughout the tournament for sure, too.
Mm,
Like in the early stages, like I felt like we weren't scoring a lot. And then near the end, it seemed like we could create a little bit more and kind of
yeah.
finish. But yeah, we're a good team, like when it comes to creating chances. But after that, I mean, it gets a little rough. Um, but like honestly, this was the main tournament I was watching. And I just loved watching Canada. Like it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch your country. You know what I mean? Like it just adds a little bit more excitement to it. And seeing the boys just going out there, giving it their all. I mean, like Jacob Schaffelberg plays for Nashville FC. This guy had a star-studded tournament. Like he's got to go somewhere after this. And our goaltendy, our keeper, sorry, Maxime Crepeau, that bro, beauty.
Yeah.
He was making so many saves, bro. I think he was our MVP of the tournament for sure. Like I think he kept us in a lot of games and
Oh
kept
yeah.
games low scoring, even the ones we lost.
And might I add, through a lot of adversity as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Because they faced a lot. I mean, look, there was some. What was it? The fans were taunting them and being racist towards them, and
Mm-hmm.
hmm,
I didn't quite catch the full story, but I got bits and pieces of it, and I was like,
yeah.
come on, right?
Well, yeah, yeah. Like our coach was saying, like we were almost treated as like second class citizens. Like we were
Yeah.
treated not on the same level as like even like Uruguay, like
And it was in
or any
America.
country. Yeah, like and it's just it's honestly it's kind of just it's brutal. Like come on, like we're still a country. We're still at the tournament. We deserve to be there. Clearly, we got fourth. It's just yeah, it made no sense to me. But I was like, come on, guys, just be better.
We did better than them anyways, so they were just mad.
Yeah,
They were just
exactly.
mad that they got scored on by Uruguay.
You know, I thought Canada played really well overall. I mean,
Mm,
look, okay,
Mm-hmm.
if we're looking, I'm looking back at the scores here just so I don't mess the scores up. Okay, the first game they had lost 2-0 to Argentina, right? That's
yep,
fair.
yep,
What do
They
you
went
expect
on
though?
to, yeah, exactly. They went on to beat Peru, right, in their second game, 1-0.
yep, yep.
And then they tied Chile, and then that's when I remember that's when they had advanced to the quarterfinals.
Mm,
Quarterfinals, huge game against Venezuela.
yep.
And then they had that one. I watched that game. They had that one little incident when Venezuela kind of just shot it from. It was
Oh
just
my god.
beyond half the
Halfway
halfway
Well,
line.
like
mark of
the
the field.
yeah,
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 whatever. I God, I see. This is what happens when you don't watch soccer too much. You forget the lingo of soccer, the terminology.
yeah,
And the keeper was just all the way at the end of the
Yeah,
box for some reason.
just
yeah. It
stay
didn't
at
really make yeah, yeah. That was kind of a brutal goal. I was screaming a bit at that one, but
Hey, but it
hey,
went to Pence and we smoked them. That was
yeah,
the Pens were so entertaining. I remember
bro.
I was at Jacob's house with the whole fam. We were going crazy. It was
We're
great.
we were really like sitting in our seats, like all like leaning forward, like oh, like it was awesome. It was awesome. And I think that's what kind of like, added to like the me actually getting into soccer and actually watching it was to have like a Canadian team like actually playing in one of the big tournaments. Just
Hmm.
it's exciting. Makes it fun. Makes it fun.
the
But
midfield line, by the way. That's what I was trying to say.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. And then, we played Argentina in the semis. Another 2-0 loss, but I honestly I feel like we could have beat them, but like a little rat named Rodrigo de Paul um kept diving all over the place, and whenever like we would like actually get hit, Like when Alphonso Davies actually got smoked and got injured, no foul. Oh, it's fine. No, it's cool, bro. No. I think that's another thing too. Like the reffing was kind of brutal in this tournament, if you ask me.
Yeah, especially with Canada. Like Jacob Schaffelberg, like you were saying earlier, every game when he came onto the game, like when he came onto the pitch, he was just getting flung around by defenders and
Mhm.
everyone. And the refs were like, hey, play on, play
Well,
on.
the one when he was in the box and literally got like body checked out
He
of
got
the
like he
way.
got stiff armed, yeah.
Yeah, and no call.
Yeah.
Just and well, it was the same thing with most of the like even the States game. Like I don't know if you saw the Uruguay versus America game, like in the group stage.
I don't think I watched that one. No.
I don't know if you saw, but the goal it was 1-0. Uruguay beat them. And it was the game like the States either needed to draw or win to get to the next round and Uruguay scored, but the goal was like very clearly offside. Like kind of like his the other guy's leg was like full. The guy that scored, his leg was like fully offside. It was shown in VAR, and it was shown that his leg was offside, and the ref said good goal. He
Oh
counted
wow.
it.
It wasn't even he was so offside. I think the only part of him that was onside was like his fingers on one of his arms.
Yeah.
Like his almost his whole body was off. And he went, oh, and then it was
Mhm.
just fine.
And then one of the refs didn't even shake like Pulisic. Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
His
Pulisic.
hand
Oh,
after
postage.
the
Yeah.
game.
Oh, okay. I saw that. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Because he was chirping him because he's like, that's, brutal. Like, that was a bad reffing game. But you still shake the guy's hand. Like, he's a captain. He's coming over to shake your hand and, say at least thank you for coming. But to not even shake his hand as a referee, like, come on, that's poor sportsmanship from a guy who's supposed to enforce it. You know what I mean?
By the way, Christian Pulisic, former Chelsea player, just Jacob.
That's my goat right there,
Whoever
bro.
that guy is, I don't know.
Well, doesn't he
Oh
play in
gosh.
Italy now? Doesn't he play on AC Milan? Is it?
Yep. Yeah, he plays for AC Milan now. Yes.
You know what
He's
I
actually
sorry, go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say he's good. He's good for AC Milan. That was it.
No, I was gonna say, you know what I found interesting about the Copas was right after the 90th minute and stoppage time was completed, they would just go straight to penalties,
Yeah, it's kind of dumb. I
aside
didn't
from the
like that.
finals. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't know. I find it's a tough way to lose on penalties. You know, like at least if there's an overtime period and then penalties, I kind of understand.
Mhm.
But I don't know.
It's well, it's the same thing too with like double IHF hockey. They do a similar thing where I think they do I think it's 1 20-minute period of overtime and then they go straight to shootout. Like what a heartbreaking loss to lose like the gold medal in a shootout. Like that would just suck. Or like Argentina beating France in the World Cup on penalties. Like that, great for Messi, but like it's also like, man, like it was penalty kicks you won on. Like come on. Just kind of a brutal way to lose.
Do you think that they should have instead just played nonstop until they scored?
Well, like I don't know, like just maybe I don't know. I guess because soccer's a really tiring sport. They probably get gassed. But like
yeah.
I feel like even I don't know for like the World Cup final though, you know what I mean? Like to end it on penalty kicks is just kind of like it's exciting, but it's kind of anticlimactic in the same. Bro, I did not pronounce that
First
word
goal
right.
wins. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like goal.
Anticlimactic, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
I
for
think that's how
sure.
you say it. I don't know.
Um,
Nobody can speak tonight. It's fair.
But yeah, just to lose like that is just very like, man, like that would just suck. You know what I mean? Especially if it's like you score, you score and then all your other teammates miss or something like that. Like it's just like, man, that just
You
sucks, you know?
guys suck, man. God damn.
That's what happened to
Uh,
Saka a few years ago in England. He missed
Oh
the
my
penalty
god.
shot and then
Yeah. And then all of the
shut out Arsenal.
shout outs. I mean, I do love Saka. And then
Have to.
all of the racist comments from all the English
Yeah.
fans. Yeah.
Yeah. Not not good.
that's not very nice, English fans. And then Canada win the fourth place game. I think honestly, we could have won that game if we played our starters.
Tough way to lose.
Well, honestly, Ben and I were saying, I don't know if you, Elias, saw the like your Uruguay Colombia game, or did you see like the Darwin Nunez all going into the stands after the game?
Yes.
They should have been suspended. You know what I mean? Like I understand like it's they were protecting their families and stuff like that. Like that's why they did it kind of thing. But they were like actively throwing like haymakers at like random fans. You know what I mean? So I think they should have been
Yeah.
suspended for the Canada game. Because like, you know, we can you can look at it like, oh, like they were protecting their family. But if Canada did that, how would we been treated?
Yeah, that's the thing, right?
So yeah, I absolutely love my boy Darwizzi, the Liverpool striker. I love Darwin Nunez, but I still think him and Ugarte, the other guy who's like fighting in the stands, I don't understand how they were able to play in that match. They were like you said, Jacob, where like yeah, they defended their families and all that, but they were also still just assaulting fans in the stands.
Hmm.
Like you pay to watch the match, not get into a fist fight with the players.
Well, and I'm sure even like I'm sure the fans didn't know that like there was like because like the Columbia fans were trying to rush the field, right? Like that's what they were trying to do, or like get down in the stands kind of thing. And then there was the Uruguay families that were there. Like I'm sure the Colombian fans didn't know and didn't like intentionally like try and hurt people. You know what I mean? So the fact that they went up there and then started like Darwin Nunez just started throwing like mad fists is I think a good enough reason for suspension, if you ask me.
Also, to be fair though, that whole tournament, the Colombian fans were going bonkers, especially in the final. When I don't know if you saw this, Elias, but did you see how they're all just like breaking into the stadium? The Colombian
Yeah.
fans, they were like
Yeah.
climbing in through the ventilation system.
Okay. I know it's the finals and everything, and everybody's excited, and you want to go and you want to support your country and your team, and I get all that, but come on. You can't
Well,
go and do a lot. And then you know what happened, right? And I'm sure you guys know this already because you asked me if I had seen it. The people who had tickets couldn't get in after
Yeah,
yep.
because they're at
because
Yeah, because
capacity. And
all
I'm
these
like,
random fans. Yeah,
if I had tickets, I would have been so upset, right? So, it's tough for security to deal with. You have thousands and thousands of like fans running at you. I mean, how
mm,
many security guards do you have there, right? Like,
yeah, yeah. And that's what like I was saying to Ben too. Like it's not like Hard Rock Stadium, like where it was hosted in Miami, hasn't seen like big events. You know what I mean? Like the Super Bowl was hosted there. They've had like F1 races there now, and
Dolphins games
it's
all the time.
Dolphins games. All like it's a big like, and it's one of the more like famous stadiums because it's in Miami, right? So it's more on like Copa America, like the as like a federation rather than like Miami or like the Hard Rock Stadium security. But also, do you really pin it on anybody? Like these fans were like rushing the gates, breaking it down. They were climbing in through the vents. Like who do you like? You can't really blame anyone really, but the fans that were kind of doing it.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's still like that's kind of the problem too, is that I don't know how America is supposed to host most of the World Cup in 2 years. How that happened now, and you're just gonna have even more fans everywhere throughout the country.
Well, wasn't there like England fans like rioting after they lost was it the World Cup or the Euros a few
Yeah,
years back? Like they
yeah.
rioted. What's the famous stadium in England?
Wembley.
Wembley.
Wembley. Like because I saw like a Netflix documentary on like the attack on Wembley, and it's literally about that event. Like they rioted, right? So how like American, I think yeah, they got to figure that out. Well, even the pitches were too small for the Copa. America's got to get it together because like the whole attack on Wembley a couple years ago. Um, and we know how crazy soccer fans can kind of get with like riots and all that stuff. So they just got to be prepared. And where's the World Cup final? Isn't it in MetLife or something? Ben, didn't we?
I
New
think.
Jersey,
Yeah, as I say, I think
think.
it's in MetLife.
Which that's so weird to have like the World Cup final in New Jersey.
Yeah, the
Like,
best place in the world, East Rutherford, New Jersey.
like okay, like it would have made sense. Like I thought they were doing. I thought they do it at like AT&T in Texas. Like that would make sense. It's a big stadium, lots of space, you know.
Yeah,
But no,
yeah.
MetLife,
MetLife,
East
yeah.
at East Rutherford, which also isn't MetLife like a historically like bad stadium. Like aren't they? Isn't it kind of bad? I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping.
Well, I mean,
Maybe
they
not.
used to have like the whole problem with the AstroTurf, but I think they've changed it to actual grass now.
Well, I think they're like gonna do grass no matter what for like the World Cup, and like
Oh
any
yeah,
stadium has to change to grass. So, but who knows, man? Like
BMO
it's
Field is already grass. Yes, sir.
shouts out. Are you guys gonna I know Ben and I were talking about, but Elias, are you gonna try and catch like a World Cup game, like at least one?
Hopefully by then I'll have a media pass.
Yeah, hopefully, right? That'd be nice.
Oh
We gotta pay
gosh,
for tickets.
hey, so sport media, you wanna
Well,
hook me up here with the media pass? I mean, a
well,
few years down the road, that's fine.
yeah, I'm pretty sure they were saying like this year in school, like they were saying that they're already talking with like some of the production companies about doing like getting volunteers and stuff for it. So we might get access, which would be really,
Wow.
even if it's like untangling cords. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I'll do that. I'll
Yeah.
help out.
I might need to transfer to TMU. I don't know.
Somebody needs a
We-
coffee over here, I'll go help out. Why not?
I'll go do your laundry. Sure. Like awesome.
Oh
Um,
gosh.
but that I mean, if I can't, if I'm definitely going to a game. Probably not the Canada game because I'm assuming tickets for that are going to
Oh,
be ridiculous. But hey, if it's like Peru versus what's Brandon's team, Ben?
What, Morocco?
Morocco, like that'd be a fire game. I'd go see Morocco.
I'd go see any two teams, to be honest. I mean, the World
Yeah,
Cup is quite something, right? And
yeah.
when's the next time it's gonna be here in Canada? Like after 2026?
It's probably like 20 years,
50
30
years from
years.
now? Like,
The
Yeah.
world's gonna be dead by then, to be honest.
okay, 50 years is an exaggeration, but you get what I'm saying. It's not gonna be
Yeah.
here for a long, long time, right?
Yeah. 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 It's
Probably
it's
not.
definitely it's definitely it could like it's kind of just like a once in a lifetime, and that's obviously not like true, but like a once in a lifetime opportunity to go see it as like young kids and just go enjoy the atmosphere of the fans, the teams, like it'll just be so exciting, you know what I mean? Especially a random like not random, but whatever kind of smaller country, if they're playing at like in Toronto, well, Toronto, I guess, is very diverse, but it might not be as bad for like tickets and stuff. So it would just be cool to see. Just to say you saw
Yeah,
a World Cup game. I mean, that's kind of dope. Kind of fi, can't lie.
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
Um, you guys want to talk about anything else about Euros, football in general?
Okay. I had one more thing to add. I
Yep.
wasn't gonna add it. I was gonna say for the Copas, there was one Argentinian fan that Jake, I think you know who I'm talking about. That was very happy that Argentina won, I presume. You look confused, but anyways, Francisco Bianchi, the GOAT.
Oh, Kiki. Oh, bro, I know he was amped,
Oh,
bro. I
he must have
know.
been so excited, Okay, let me give a little context to Ben, although you probably know already, and all the listeners out there. Francisco, great guy, one of our teachers, sport media,
Oh yeah.
lots of love to him. What a great guy. I mean,
Yep,
such a good
goaded.
teacher, such a nice guy overall, and he was born in Argentina, and so of course he's a big Argentina fan.
He's a
He's
very
a,
interesting man. I've heard many things.
yeah, he's a goat, bro. And um, remember when Elias? Remember like the second day of class, or the second week of class, that one soccer player in our class had like an argument over like Ronaldo versus Messi.
Yes.
That got intense, bro. Kiki was going crazy. Hey, Messi is the GOAT though. I think we have to accept it at this point. Like just club level and international level, like he has it all at this point.
Why can't they both be the GOATs? I mean, look, they're both tremendous players. I know I'm gonna upset a lot of people by saying this because it's usually one or the other,
Mhm.
but they're both phenomenal players. Why do we have to choose between those two?
I mean, that's the whole. It's every sport has that GOAT debate,
Yeah.
right? But like they're like you said, like adding on to your point, like they're such different players. You know what I mean? Like Messi is so much more creative and is so much more of a dribbler, whereas Ronaldo is like just athletically gifted. You know what I mean? Like he's nuking that ball from like outside the box, getting 50 goals. You know what I mean? Or headers. Like he's a different breed, whereas Messi kind of he blends in more, but extremely skilled. You know what I mean? It's the whole thing, like Michael Jordan or LeBron. Like
Ah, that's fair. I know why they have those debates. For me, they're both GOATs.
yeah,
Nothing more I could say.
yeah, they're 1A, 1B kind of thing, right?
Exactly.
But who do you put 1A?
And who do you put 1A? Who do you put 1B? Right? That's the thing. They're uh, you can't even put them 1A, 1B because it's like, well, who do you put at the top? Who do you put at the bottom? Right?
Yeah, yeah. Because
Well,
yeah,
it's definitely not Pele. God rest his soul. I I've never been a fan of Pele. People are like, "Oh my God, he was so good." He played in the '60s. He's like overrated. Jacob knows. Jacob knows my disdain for Pele.
well, it's the same thing with like if like people saying like Wilt Chamberlain is the greatest basketball player of all time. Like that, like yeah, he was really good, but if Giannis Antetokounmpo played in the '60s, he would have had ridiculous stats too. You know what I mean? Like, but you know, still great. Wait, Wilt Chamberlain, had the 100-point game, but there's no proof of it.
Put Pele against Harry Maguire, he's getting bodied. All right.
But yeah, I just, it's always a hard debate saying who's the number one at a sport, right? Because Michael Jordan and LeBron, like those guys, like played at different time periods. LeBron's played for way longer than like not way longer, but 7 more seasons than Michael ever did. So like, is LeBron just the GOAT of longevity? Maybe, but also like, yeah, you can't really argue them. It's two different eras of the sport, right?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. And now you have the new era, right? You have Bronny, who just
Mhm.
got sort of, or he played in summer league. I know it just ended, and
Yeah.
he ended up winning. But in a way, it's interesting. I almost feel bad for Bronny because it's like, yes, he's getting all this great attention, but he's getting a lot of attention,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and
Well, yeah, he's sort of under like a microscope almost.
that's exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah.
Mhm.
Which can be
Yeah.
good, but also like could be bad, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're not playing to your potential, then people
Yeah.
will analyze it, and then there'll be rumors, and then you know how the media is. I mean, Jake, we're
Yeah.
both trying to get into the media, so
Yeah, the media like it can get crazy and like I know like I hope like one thing I hope for Bronny is that he doesn't fall into that media hole, which I think some athletes can fall into that media hole, because there's gonna be so many memes about him and his dad in the locker room, and like if LeBron's like talking to them on the sideline, like that's gonna be clipped and uploaded to every social media site, and it's gonna go viral. Like especially as like a young athlete who he's trying to make a name for himself rather than just as his dad's son. That can be rough, right?
yeah,
it's
it's
it's gonna
difficult.
be it's definitely gonna be hard for him. I think they have said he's gonna play mainly in the G League this year, but still he's gonna be under scrutiny. Like he's gonna probably be the most talked about G League player. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like he's gonna always be under this microscope throughout his entire career.
I think the worst thing for Bronny is that no matter how good or how bad he is, it's always like his jersey is just gonna say James Jr. It's like
Mhm.
he's always just he's always just below. No
Yeah.
matter how good you are the junior.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he plays, but yeah, I agree with what you said, Jake. I mean, about he's gonna be under scrutiny because at the end of the day, right, the media members have their job and they want to get, the scoop and the story. But then for him, it's probably, I can only imagine, back in school when they used to say, have empathy. And, what is empathy, right? Putting yourself in someone else's shoes.
Hmm. Hmm.
I wouldn't want to imagine it because it's probably really tough for him. Yes, you're getting the fame and the money, which will eventually come one day. And yeah, well, he's already making a lot of money. Look at the contract he signed, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
he'll continue to make even more than that, obviously. But it's very difficult to be in his shoes and get all that attention.
Yeah, and the media can be, and I mean, Elias, we learned this. The media can be very demeaning to certain people, and they're gonna always try and sell the story, right? No matter if it's really exactly true or not, they're always gonna want the most clicks, the most reads, the most, especially with the age of like social media, like that's gonna be so hard for him as social media just gets not worse, but more and more like more and more attention. You
Out
know what I
there.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna get worse and worse, and I just I hope that he doesn't, like I said, fall into that media hole, which athletes can, right? I think Mitch Marner, he doesn't say it outright, but I think he's one of those guys that I feel like he can fall into that media hole sometimes, and it's detrimental to a career, right? You listen to that noise, you can't listen to it.
Whenever, it's also interesting, like whenever you think of Bronny, who you're gonna think of? LeBron.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Obviously.
Mhm.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Wish him the best of luck. I hope he has a great career, and I'm sure he's hoping to live up to what his dad has been throughout his career and continues to be. Right?
Yeah, yeah, and well, that's another thing too is that he's never no one's ever gonna live up to what LeBron was, so he's always gonna have that comparison of like you're not better than your dad, and it's like, well, no
It's not a fair
shit,
comparison, right?
yeah, yeah, it's not even close. You know what I mean? Like LeBron was coming out as like this highly geared prospect out of high school, and Bronny was a round two pick that got picked by because kind of his dad's name, right? So.
Well, that's also like Bronny. He originally was like a mid to late first round pick, and then had cardiac arrest, and
Mhm.
like was out of basketball for a while. And then like his first year back after getting cardiac arrest wasn't the best, but he was still like okay. But he definitely did get picked higher because of LeBron, but also got picked lower because he had like a life threatening injury, illness. I don't even
Mhm.
cardiac arrest, whatever.
Yeah, heart attack.
Yeah, heart
Yeah.
attack. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it's
very
just
scary.
mhm. Prayers up. You got this, Bronny. We believe in you. Don't you worry. I believe. No, I actually don't. But we'll see what happens. Speaking of basketball, I mean, let's talk about some Olympic basketball. That, man, I don't, I don't know how y'all feel, but I don't see USA winning gold. I feel like they're gonna have it. I feel like they're kind of like they're what 4-0. They went 4-0 on their like showcase tour.
Barely.
Um, but yeah, barely. You know what I mean? Like I just don't think the chemistry is there enough for them to win gold when you have teams like not to toot our own horn, but Canada, we've been like these guys, a lot of them played together throughout, right? Whereas America, like there's so many good basketball players that they never ended up on the same team. So now playing together and trying to build that chemistry, like it's showed. Like turnovers for them have been brutal, and I wouldn't be surprised if they drop a game either like maybe in the group stage, but even later on, then that's detrimental to your whole tournament, right? Because I just don't see them going undefeated. You know what I mean? I think they're gonna at
Yeah,
least drop one.
I don't think they're gonna go undefeated, but also their group stage group is so like it's just it's baby food for them. They
Yeah,
got like they beat South Sudan in a friendly by 1 point somehow. But I feel like once the actual Olympics comes around, they're gonna blow them out, or they should anyways, because South Sudan, their best player is worse than USA's worst player. So it's like even though they might have better like team chemistry, it's still the best players in the world.
Well, even I saw a thing where and that's a thing too, is I think the USA might get a little too cocky and buy into kind of like their own hype. Like the South Sudan game, they were having a dunk, like Team USA before the game, they were having like a dunk contest, like Steph Curry dunked, and they were just kind of like almost messing around a little bit. And South Sudan came out with a like, why not us? Why can't we beat these guys? And they almost did. Like I think USA didn't lead till the fourth quarter, which
Mhm.
is crazy. I think halftime, like South Sudan was up like 17 points or something. Like I think USA is gonna get caught off guard when they reach like a late and that's the thing. Like I think they're the favorite to win gold. I wouldn't be surprised if they won gold, obviously, but I wouldn't be surprised too if they drop a game late going against a team like France who has great defense. Again, guys have been playing together for a while, and I wouldn't be surprised if USA maybe takes them a little bit lightly and messes up and drops a game, and that's not something you want to do in the Olympics because you'll be criticized.
This is the thing, right? And I'm glad you kind of brought this up. Sometimes when there's so many superstars on one team, they're
Mhm.
so used to being the superstars of the respective NBA teams that the chemistry isn't there, right? Okay,
Yeah.
they always want to take the shot, right? Or they always want, like the passing and the team play sometimes can lack. I'm not saying that's the case with the US, but sometimes you may tend to see that. So I kind of agree with you in the sense that I wouldn't be surprised if they lost to one of the teams that you wouldn't think they would lose to, if
Yeah.
that makes sense,
Yeah.
right? And so that's kind of the first thing that I wanted to say. The second thing is there's a lot of other good teams, right? Okay, Canada. Okay, yes, they lost in the showcase to the US, and they lost, I think it was by like 14 points, 86-72, if I remember correctly. But okay, that's a showcase. Go to the real stage now. Could Canada beat them? Maybe, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I know you think so. Maybe they could, right? I'm
Yeah.
not gonna count them out completely. Yes, the U.S. has probably they have a little bit more skill, but is that okay? Well, okay, probably they do
Yeah.
have more skill, but is that team play going to be there? Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe it will, maybe it won't. Again, other teams aside from Canada, Greece, maybe who knows, right? Who knows how well
Mhm.
they're gonna do? Serbia is another team. Australia is another team. France is another team. So like,
Even
eh,
Spain, even
yeah,
Spain,
and France
like
has the home crowd as well, right? So that's
yeah.
gonna be pretty huge, right?
Mhm.
So it's really anybody's game, right? I
Yeah.
don't. And again, if the U.S. wins, like you said, you wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised either because they are really, really good. We're talking about here the U.S.,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
But who knows? Who knows what's
Yeah.
gonna happen? A lot of
Well,
good teams.
and I think like even like at the beginning of the tournament, like Anthony Edwards came out and say, "I'm the number one option on this team," and it's like there's like LeBron, Steph, like Embiid, like and it's I
Don't
think
get
it's yeah
Jacob
like
started on Embiid.
that guy's I hate Joel Embiid. Anyways, but like I just yeah, like you said, like there's too many superstars that it could be detrimental to them. Like Ben and I have been comparing it kind of to England in the Euros, where like England has so many of these star-studded guys like Jude Bellingham, Cole Palmer, Harry Kane, Bukayo Saka. You know what I mean? Like they have all these players that they don't know how to give up the ball sometimes. And USA is very similar where like you can see I see it a lot the turnovers. I think they had like 17 in the first half versus South Sudan. Like you can see that constantly when they play is that they don't like everybody kind of just wants to shoot and everybody kind of wants a one-on-one where you go against a team like Spain or France or Greece, they don't need to shoot, right? They can pass it and pass it and pass it and pass it. We'll see. I'm excited to watch the Olympic basketball, to be honest. I think it's going to be really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I laughed a little fisherman at the end, but yeah, I agree. I mean, it'll be interesting to see who wins. In basketball, obviously, there's so many other sports too, right?
Oh,
There's tons of
well,
sports.
I mean, I don't know about you. Like I know you love baseball, Elias. I don't know how often you actually watch like the Jays. Right now, there's not a lot of sports on that I've been kind of keeping up with. I don't really like to watch baseball unless I'm at a game. So I'm excited for the Olympics to get going because I've been kind of on a hiatus of my sports watching.
Hmm.
You've just been down to soccer and
Well,
UFC
soccer,
pretty much.
well, F1,
Oh,
F1,
F1 too, yeah.
can't forget that. But well, even UFC's been on like a month and a half break or something
Well, it's
like
just been a
that.
whole lot of mid, to be
Yeah,
honest.
mid
There have been
cards.
events, but they nothing really.
Who cares? Who cares? But yeah, I'm just excited for this. I'm like sprinting. I love the Summer Olympics. Like the sprinting. Oh,
Andre DeGrasse, Noah Lyles. Oh my God.
hey, we don't talk about Noah Lyles. We don't. Andre DeGrasse is gonna beat. He's gonna. I don't even know. He's gonna out sprint him.
And to do with the Olympics as well, we'll give a little shout out to CBC and sports media because I know a lot of people that are going to work for CBC at the Olympics
Mm,
downtown at CBC at their, I guess, headquarters is what I'll call
mm.
it. And yeah, a lot of second, third, and fourth year students, ad inserters, production assistants, shot listers as well. So there'll be definitely a lot of people working the games and long hours. I'll tell you, their shifts are 10-hour shifts, I believe. So lots of hours, lots of great experience for the people who get to go as well.
Hey, yeah, like that'd be. I mean, 10-hour shifts is rough. But if you do something you're doing like that you love, like that's why like I mean that's why I think we're getting into this industry. It's because we love sports and we want to do something we love. So I wouldn't mind doing a 10-hour shift helping out with the Olympics. Like that seems fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if
Hell,
it's
I was like, even like those Rovers events that we've done with Rogers,
yeah,
those are 10-hour shifts, and that was it
bro,
was
that
really
shit
fun, but it was
flew.
hot.
Elias, we did so I don't know if you know the Simcoe County Rovers. That's like our soccer club here
Yes.
in Barrie, and
Didn't they play at TFC a
they
little?
Yeah, they
did, they
don't
Yeah.
did, they
I
did.
we
thought
did.
about you because we talked about it. Oh, did they not do? I
It
didn't
was
see
like
the
I think
score.
it was like 6-0 for Toronto FC. It was
It
Yeah.
was brutal. But honestly, like yeah, but Ben and I we've been doing like camera stuff for them, like for
Oh,
Rogers. And yeah, it like 10-hour days, you're standing out in the sun and I had like the shoulder cam, so or no, it wasn't a shoulder cam. I had was it? No, it was a tripod. I was lucky.
okay.
But like you just it's just you love sports, right? Like at that time I wasn't really watching soccer, but I was like, man, this stuff's sick as hell watching soccer.
yeah. I wasn't as fortunate. I was on top of a scaffolding, and I was just getting beamed on by the sun.
Ben
The
got
next, I was red. I was very red. I actually
Ben
had like
was
I had a tan. I had like a hat line. It
Oh
was
God.
yeah. It was rough.
that
Yeah,
was
those
so
over the
funny.
shoulder cams are yeah, they're just heavy and kind of brutal. So shout out
Yeah,
to all
no,
the camera operators who have to have that shoulder cam on for like a long period of time because it just
not fun. Not fun.
hurts like whichever shoulder it is that you use. Yeah. Not fun. But fun
Did
but
you
not
ever
fun, you know?
did you ever do them at the TMU hockey games, Elias?
I did, and even for
Oh,
the few periods I did it during the games, I
oh,
think it was like first and third period, and it was literally maybe 40 minutes, and my shoulder was just like
Yeah.
kind of killing me after, but
Hmm.
it was fun to try it. But now I just try and take it for one period if I can. This is the second period. I try and go up top for the first and the third.
that's how I don't. Oh, you can't even see. I was trying to show. That's how
Oh,
burnt
hang on,
Ben
hang on.
is.
Move it
Damn.
back a
So
little bit. Let's see. Oh, it's a little bright. I can't. I can
You,
see like an
you can tell
outline
that
of
that's
Ben's
me though.
face.
Just I'm
Yeah.
just a ghost. Oh yeah. You
it's
can't see the
still.
burn, but I was very red. I was very
Hang
red.
on, sorry. Go one more time, Jake. But hang on, let's
Okay.
make sure the camera's on you for a sec. Talk for a sec, Jake.
Hello. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There.
You
Oh,
can kind of see. You can kind of see the red and the white. Like you can see the difference. We ball, right?
you've got the Canada colors going. How
Yeah,
Ben?
I was very patriotic. It was that night was Latin night. The DJ was playing bangers, It was so we were just dancing around and
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, it
and
was fine.
both of the Simcoe teams got a dub. So
Against what? Guelph? Oh yeah, because I don't know if you saw Elias, but I was chirping Eli and Nolan in the group chat because it was our team versus Guelph. So I was
Yes,
like,
because
yo,
they're both from Guelph. Yes.
yeah, I was like, yo, you guys need a better soccer club. Simcoe County Rovers on top. And then I think he brought up the Barry Baycats and the Guelph Royals are better than them. And I was like, man.
I mean that's not that hard. I mean the Baycats are not good.
What? Hey, we were like back-to-back champions in like 2018.
Yeah. Toronto FC was also champions around 2018. Now look at them.
Barry Baycats. I mean, I've umpired some of the younger teams when they've come over to North York and Leaside, where I umpire. But it's interesting because you see a variety of teams. Like there was a team the other day, Innisfil is where they were from, and I'm like,
Oh,
that's like a good stretch, about an hour or so away. And this
Mhm.
was a 14U game, and the kids are coming up to the plate to bat and to field and whatever. And I'm like, wow, what do they feed these kids over there?
oh,
They're like
those,
taller
bro,
than
those,
me.
hey, those Innisfil
Those
boys,
Innisfil kids, yeah.
that's
They
like
eat.
that's right near us.
Yeah.
Hey, those
Those are
boys
all
know how to
farm
feed them.
kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are
Yeah,
all like,
like
yeah, yeah.
they're husky and tall and like
Those would be those menacing kids. Those
Yeah,
would be
yeah.
the big ones.
Well,
second
I
second
think.
pitch of the game, home run by one of the first batter. I
Oh,
remember that.
you got
Whoa,
balloons.
whoa, and but look at that, home run, and there was
Home
balloons.
run.
I think.
What did I hold up there? I went like that. Is that? And now it doesn't work again. Okay, I
I
forget.
know you can do like on Apple you can go like do this, I think. Or a thumbs up. Does it come up? Is it gonna come up?
Thumbs up because oh
There you go. There you go.
there you go.
Ben, I was gonna say, I think like Zach Harris and like Logan Burns played for Innisfil as kids.
Yeah, that does not surprise
You
me.
don't
Those
know
are
them.
big guys.
You don't know them, Elias, but like Zach Harris now is like, yeah, he's like 6'5", like 220 or something. Like, yeah, those are big boys.
250. 250.
250 easy, yeah.
Well, you know what ends up happening though is that okay, 14U, you're about your average height. What are we talking at 14U here? I mean,
I would have been 5'2", so I don't know.
yeah, like around 5 foot, 5'2", 5'3", whatever. And
At-
these kids are coming up and they're like
At
almost 6 feet
14, I
tall.
was like 5'10 at 14.
Okay, well, anyway, my point being they get their growth spurts at different times, but like, you know what that does as an umpire? That screws up my strike zone after, right? Because it's like you have a player that's this tall, and you have a player that's like this tall, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, not fun being an umpire trying to
Still
constantly
better
change.
umping again than that Blue Jays game we went to yesterday.
Oh, brutal. Absolutely brutal.
I
Man.
wasn't there. I wish I was there to see the umpire call balls and strikes and safe and out on the field, but
There were so many times me and Jay were like, "Oh, that's easily a ball." We look up at the board, strike. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, or you just see the umpire. I'm like, that's not a strike, bro. That's Alejandro Kirk. That ball was like 6 feet in the air. Come on.
Let my man walk. Let my man walk.
How is the Barry teams? Like how's like the Barry Baycats teams? Are we doing good in the juniors, Elias?
I'm trying to think when the last time I would have seen Barry was, because it's been like, you know what? I see so many teams come through, and I
Fair
do so many
enough.
different age groups. And honestly, I don't pay attention to records very much because it's just like they come to the game, they play. Somebody is always unhappy with something, right?
Yeah.
Usually, unless they're chill about it, right? But that's doesn't happen.
Are you more like a behind the plate or are you like bases?
It varies, right? Because I mean, I correspond with the other umpire before each game,
Mm,
and then about positioning and what color shirt they want to wear or I want to wear, whatever. And I mean, it's probably like 50-50, I'd say, right? It's either I'm behind the plate or I'm on the bases, but then each has its own set of tasks, right? Because behind the plate, okay, you got to call strikes and balls, which can be tough sometimes. But on the bases, you got to watch for like a balk or an infield fly call, and
mm,
then when is there a force or a tag play? It's tough sometimes, but like,
mm.
for somebody like me who's been doing this is my seventh season, yes.
Jeez.
I've gotten used to it,
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have like a preference? If you get to decide, like, would you rather be behind the plate or
Some days I would. It
yeah?
depends because sometimes you guys know what a balk is, right? Or maybe you don't, maybe you do. But
Honestly,
okay, I'll tell you real quick. It's basically when the pitcher deceives the offensive team, basically. So there's
okay.
like certain things like with the rubber, on the mound that you have to like certain times you have to disengage and then throw. Sometimes you can just throw from the rubber. You can't start and stop your motion. There's like different things, right? And the whole point is so that you don't decoy the runner, and you have to try and call those. Sometimes that can be difficult, right?
Mhm.
And so it's easier. It's usually the base umpire that calls it. Sometimes it's the plate umpire, like where I umpire that is. But in the majors, anybody can call it, obviously. But it depends. I'm okay with both, to be honest. I don't mind. But yeah, there's definitely some days where I prefer to be behind the plate. Some days I'm like, I'm pretty tired. I really don't want to go in bed.
Mhm. Fair enough. Fair enough. Um, yeah. No, that's cool though. I mean, I almost refed ball hockey, but I was like, nah, those Barry ball hockey fans get crazy. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, one when I was a kid, my brother was messing with this one player, and the player's dad was like trying to scrap my family, and then the lady got in the way, like an older lady, like this lady had to have been like 60 to 70, like she was old. She's like, relax, relax, and he was like, woman, I don't care if I go back to jail, move, and we're like, what?
Time to get out of here.
Them Barry people.
This was fun, Jake. I mean, a little keeping it sporty, and we're talking collab.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta do this again for sure. I'm down.
We gotta get a jersey like that. That's sick.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
like
say
that?
that's dope, bro.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I got that for my birthday from my uncle, so that was very nice of him to get me
Nice.
that. And now
Oh,
it is kind of a backdrop over there. So
yeah. I mean, that's fire though. My backdrop kind of sucks. I just got some Star Wars shit. Oh, over
Yeah,
that's
there.
okay.
I got
Star
my
Wars.
shelf,
Yeah,
records and stuff.
why not?
But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for listening to us yap for an hour and a bit here.
Yeah.
So
However long it's been, yeah.
yeah, um, yeah. This has been Keeping It Sporty with Elias. He's on
X,
this
we're
side of me.
talking.
Yes.
X, we're talking.
Oh my
Oh my
goodness!
God.
Whoa! Look at this! Look at that!
Um, but thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Love you guys all, as always. Um, oh, there we go again. Woo!
I guess every time I do a thumbs up, there's fireworks. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, peace, love, and happiness. Remember that,
Bye,
guys.
everybody.